Hello YouTube, it is Friday, January 1st, 2016, New Year's Day, except this video will be uploaded probably several weeks from now. I'm still uploading my videos for the Torino Power Steering Series. So, what we got going on today, we're working on a Honda 250 TRX, I believe, two-wheel drive of course. This is my four-wheeler, it doesn't belong to someone else. I bought this thing I think back in 2003. It's a year 2000, I think. Bought it from a friend of mine used, and I used to use it when I was doing a lot of drag racing. Especially when I went to quarter-mile tracks, where if you tend to wander off and then they call you to the lanes, you really need to have something like this to get back. A lot of people use motor scooters. I like this. It was multi-purpose. It got me around, plus if you had troubles with the car, you could pull it back to the trailer. And I rarely had to do that, but there was a couple times over 17 years of drag racing. But let's see here. What we're doing is we're going to put new brushes in the starter. What it was doing was, whenever you go to start it, it would just click and you could tap on it with a screwdriver or something and it would start. So I decided to take it apart, take a look inside. Thought I'd get away with just cleaning it up, and I realized that my brushes were shot. Thought I was going to have to buy a new starter when I realized you can get just this starter brush kit, which is the whole plate assembly. And there's your new brushes compared to the old ones. You can see how badly they're wore. Especially this side, for some reason it's worse. But plus my stud broke off when I tried to put it back together. But $13 and some change. You can't beat it. I think it's like $54 for a brand new starter. And the only thing that was wrong with this starter, I'm sure, is these brushes. I've already taken it apart. You don't get to see the disassembly, but we'll try to do a halfway decent video of the assembly. Put this camera up here, hopefully without knocking things down. And Angel's going to assist me, I think. Here she is. Say hello again. Every time I sit down and do a video at the table, you come see me. Now let me get to work. Alright, first thing that I have to do, if I remember right, let's see, yeah, all this came together like that when it was in the box. You got two nuts actually. This was all screwed together. You got to take this off. I think take these bigger ones. These are like a plastic or fiber. They're kind of like rubber coated or something. I'm not sure. But I think you take all of them off but one. Because what these do is insulate it. Because your power lead goes to this stud, and these kind of insulate that power lead from this case. You know, you don't want it shorting out. That's what they are supposedly prevented from doing. And you should be able to stick that in there just like that. And there is as you can see, a tab right there. It should line up with them two slots there. I think this is the first time I've done one of these. I think I'm telling you right. Hopefully I am. If I'm not, I will let you know. And while you have this apart, it's a good idea to go ahead and do that. It's supposed to be a steel washer somewhere. There it is. Let me go ahead, get that screwed down there. We'll kind of snug it down. Hopefully we won't hurt anything. Just make sure it doesn't spin that stud in there, because you could twist it and break the wire. Just make sure that stud is not turning while you're tightening that. I don't think mine is. You don't need to get that super tight. And when we go to put the starter on the four-wheeler and attach a lead, we'll put this here, and then you'll put the wire cable on there, and this, and the nut of course. And let's see if we can remember. I think, can't see it, it's on this side, but there's a line here, and there's a line right here. I think you line those up like that, and hopefully all my bolts, maybe not. Let's see. I don't see any other lines. I'm trying to remember if I got this right. And one more thing. You got 3 thin thrust washers right here. Make sure you put those back. I may have to go look. Yeah, that's the way it goes, I think. I'm going to have to push these bolts, which hold the whole thing together, back. And I'm missing, no, I'm not missing it. I got to remember to put my rubber O-ring right here. And yeah, we got to push those back because we need to kind of, those are spring loaded. I think what I need to do before I go to lining the bolts up is kind of work it in there. Then they'll be under some pressure because they're spring loaded up against this. See if I can put this together without destroying it. There we go. I'm pretty sure. Let's see if it's wanting to. I think. Actually, it's not completely lined up. That, I don't think. Let's see if those bolts will even try to start. Hang with me, we're learning as we go again here, people. Okay, acts like the boat's going in. Yep, it took thread, so it looks like that line isn't lined up perfectly, so we'll see how that works out. Thought that was what that was for. Let's see if this one does it. That one does not. Yes, it does. There we go. It went in. Amateur at work here, so bear with me. Hopefully I got it on the right way. Yeah, that line doesn't exactly line up. And you want to kind of evenly torque them down, just kind of pulling it all together. And hopefully we're not forcing anything together. We'll see. That doesn't have to be super tight. Seem to go together. Now let's make sure. Yeah, it turns easy. I think we did it right, I hope. Now, got to put it on the four-wheeler and we'll try it out. Okay, I was just test fitting this so I don't look too awful clumsy in my video. Making sure I'm putting it in the correct way. I've already put a little lube around this rubber seal here, and you got 2 bolt hose. One, here's the mounting hose, and there's some threaded hose in the block. You just put it in like that. There's a hole right in here. Got that seal lubed up, and just line your 2 bolt hose up. Yeah, and it's slid right in. But one thing I recommend, I gotta take that back out. Go ahead and hook up your power lead before you put it in, because it's kind of hidden on you after you get it on. So we'll do that first. Hopefully I've got everything here with me and I won't have to get up and look for tools. I'm going to try using this one. And that rubber boot is very tight. I would like to slide it farther up there, but I tried earlier, but it's so tight I'm afraid I'm going to damage the wire. So I'm just going to fight it. It's just going to have to be in the way and I'm going to have to fight it. So and as you can see, it's not being very cooperative, and I dropped that. I'm not sure if I even need that part, because that kind of takes away all of the threads. Maybe I don't need that. We got an insulator on the inside and an insulator under this nut that keeps the stud tight. So just try it like this, because it's just making it harder to put on. Maybe I should put the steel washer on top of the terminal, but I'm just going to try it like this because, like I said, it's just making it too difficult. Try it that way. Maybe an expert will not approve of that. They gave you that washer for a reason. Well, it's still insulated from the case, so we're going to try that. If it catches on fire, I've got no one to blame but myself. Okay, I think I got that tight. This wrench is not a perfect fit. It's not tight enough yet. Okay, had to pause the camera. I found a better fitting wrench. Thought it was metric, but it's not. It's a 3/8. I'm just going to try to hold my wire and keep it from spinning and get that tight. Hopefully not so tight that I break something. Then while we got this out here, we can reach it. We'll get our rubber boot on there and hopefully everything will be okay. We'll try it like that. I'd be willing to bet it will be okay. Back in there. Seals in. Try to eyeball my bolts up. I don't know if you can see or not. Now I'm going to have to go to the back of the four-wheeler. I don't know if I got enough extensions for my... Oh, no way. I wasn't using that little 1/4" drive ratchet. I'm using my 3/8. And if you go from the back, you need a big, long extension. And you get a good view from the rear here. I'm not moving the camera, so you're not going to see that. I don't know if you can see me doing anything. I don't know. Maybe I should have moved the camera. Now you know what we go through. Because see, I hardly ever do any editing. A lot of guys do editing, which makes it for a good video, but this kind of shows you what we go through. See, can you see that? It's hard to tell. That muffler's kind of in the way, isn't it? Now you can. I just don't know if I can get to it with the camera there. Try that. I don't like to edit videos. It takes a lot of time, a lot of sitting around when I could be getting something done. So I try to do my editing as I make them. Like pausing the camera at the right times. You don't, it's not the best way to do it all the time, but it saves me time sitting in front of the computer. That camera could be lower. You could probably see better. I'm not sure how this is, if you can see what I'm even doing. If you can't see, I'm going to tell you, I'm putting the bolts into the starter now. Got one started. I'm just hand tighten them now. I know that's up there. It just feels like it's taking forever to get it tight. Try hand tightening it some more. Oh, now that I take the wrench off, of course, it finally bottoms out immediately. Here we go. Yeah. Careful not to get too tight because those threads are in an aluminum block. So, as you can see, if it looks like I'm really torquey on it, I'm not, because I don't have a lot of leverage because I got to reach in there. Now, let's see if this thing starts up. See if it at least turn over. Nice. And then, okay, I haven't choked it or anything yet. Oh, it'll take it a while to get warmed up, but used to be, if you got to start a couple times by tapping on it, it would just, the next time you tried it, it would immediately click. So I think we fixed it. Okay, so that's that. Okay, that should be all of this video. The Honda TRX 250 new starter brush kit installation. We'll call it that. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and stay tuned.